they calling it? What they calling it? Is it like Barbieheimer? Barbieheimer? How's it? What do you know what I mean? It's like Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Are you watching both?
Same time. I don't know.
Really?
I'll definitely watch Barbie. I don't know about Oppenheimer though. What about you?
Probably the total opposite.
You gonna what? You're not bothering with Barbie?
No.
I had you down as a proper Barbie fan. But me and you was arguing about this the other day, weren't we, about Christopher Nolan?
No.
Because I said, well, I didn't say that. I thought Dunkirk was not
Well, yeah, you were wrong.
All right, we're arguing. I
It's
said
like
something,
I've been seeing.
and you said I was wrong.
I've been seeing Premier League greatest 11s without Roy Keane in them, and people go, everyone can have an opinion. You can.
Yeah.
But some can be wrong.
And that's wrong.
Yeah, Roy Keane's in the greatest Premier League all time.
Yeah, of course he is.
Start there and
Right.
figure everyone else out.
Right, that's fair enough. You know what I hate about them though is people that will put someone in who's literally never won a Premier League title and actually cost his team a Premier League title. They'll put him in over someone who's the captain of the greatest Premier League side ever. That makes no sense. But I think Dunkirk for me it was alright. I don't know. I do like Christopher Nolan though. So,
Where's he from?
He's weird in it because he's got like have you ever heard him speak? He's got like one of those American English accents. You know, like Lloyd Grossman. Do you remember him?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
like.
Yeah,
Do you know like you don't watch Succession, do you? Well, there's a guy in that called Tommy who's got a
Just shut the fuck up or having a conversation.
trying to talk.
Go do your thing.
So
I'm having my own show
rude.
here. I'm having my own little show.
Who is
right
that
here.
anyway? And what's he doing here in America?
The question is, what are y'all doing here in America?
What are y'all doing in America?
What y'all doing
Right,
here?
for starters, it's what are you doing here in America? Yeah,
Or do you
last
wanna
time I
hear-
checked in America,
What are
they still
you
speak.
lot doing here?
What was that? What was that
What
accent?
was that?
Yo's lot. It's you lot.
Leeds!
It's you. Yeah.
Oh, is that?
It's you lot. What are you lot doing?
Okay.
Leeds!
We're here in America because we bring content from the globe. We're international, fam.
I hear
yeah.
that. Okay.
So we've been at the presser today.
Uh-huh.
We were there. Were you there? Were you there?
Physically. I was.
Physically, you were there because I was sat next to you. I definitely saw you. I could hear you breathing quite heavily. Were you there though? Did you even know where you were? I think you looked up at one point and had a look of surprise on your face when you realised that was Eric Ten Hag. You literally went. You went like you went. But then that look of surprise just turned into right. Okay. That's interesting.
Boring, aren't
There was
they,
no excitement.
Aren't
there.
they boring?
What press conference?
Yeah.
I hated me.
Why is he's not going to answer that?
Yeah.
Not going to answer that.
It's like with us as well. We're not going to try and get anything controversial. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's ask a
I want
question.
to ask him whether he was muffin or balm because I've seen that like lit up social media over the week.
I can't believe you're muffin.
I can't believe you're anything but muffin because it's
Bam.
fucking muffin.
Chip bam. What are you, John? If you have a chip, right? If you go to
For starters, you ask him for a chip muffin, he's coming back with crisp and a fucking cake.
right, that is a very good comment and a very fair one. Right, fries, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
from the fry shop, as you call
Fry
it over
shop?
there. Is that a
Okay.
thing over there? Yeah,
If you want it to be, yeah.
yeah. When you have it in some sort of bread roll type,
See, that's the craziest
Food
thing.
stuff.
You stick fries on in between bread.
You
yeah.
done it?
Absolutely mental.
Do you put gravy on
Have
your
you done
fries
it?
over there?
Oh, hell yeah,
Right,
with
good
cheese
man.
and shit, but not
Cheese?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a,
cheesy
it's a
chips are the
Canadian
devil's
thing.
work. Seriously.
Cheese and gravy is.
Yeah, that's that's poutine. That's a
I know it is.
Canadian.
So what would you say then, right? If you went to the chipper
Uh-huh.
or the frieser,
Okay.
and you said,
Fries.
and you ordered a load of fries
Uh-huh.
on some sort of bread, would you say chip balm, chip muffin,
I would
or
say.
chip something else?
First of all, they probably call me crazy, but I would say, can you stick a couple of fries in between some bread?
Right. So you'd have to request it specially.
Absolutely.
Because they don't do it over here.
Absolutely not.
See, that's part of the problem.
See, Joe, wild. Like all of the, because it's a chip curry muffin, right?
Yeah.
If you want a chip curry muffin,
Yeah.
the ambiguity in each of those ingredients of a chip curry muffin could go so west.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, for a chippy, you're
Yeah.
looking at some sort of Chinese-inspired sort of affair, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right? But you could have Indian curry or English curry.
Or English curry, yeah. Yeah.
Like you can literally steam into somewhere,
Yeah.
order a chip curry muffin,
Yeah.
and come out of anything from a chip curry muffin
Yeah.
to like crisp cake and vindaloo.
Yeah.
as someone mashes all that together for you and goes,
imagine
best of
that.
luck.
There you go. There's some crisps, a bit of vindaloo there, and there's a cake. There's a blue
Weird
muffin.
combination, but we sorted it and it's all fresh.
There you go.
Crazy.
That'll be £12, please. There's loads of people in the chat, in the comments. I will whiz through some of these in the super chat. James Kellan says he's been a member of the first team for 16 months. He says, evening, gents. Evening, John. Oh, he's getting name chats.
Right.
I know this is the Brew, but no to Mbappe to United, thanks. As good as he is, he'd upset the camp. Enjoy America, lads. Yeah, Mbappe. Something's broke on it with him being available.
He's been left out of the squad going onto a friendly in Japan. So he's
They offered him a bill, didn't they?
A bill?
Was it like a 5-year? Might have been 10.
Yeah, it was a 10-year deal. Something crazy.
And he went, no. If you want me to score 20 odd goals in League 1, you need to offer me more than that.
Absolutely.
Come on. Well, we're not getting him, are we? Let's have it right.
No, and I think it's just a complete load of bollocks.
What do you think he's just going to stay?
Yeah, I know. I actually think he probably does want to leave PSG, but I think the only way he's going is Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They just got to figure out how it works.
That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it, for them? Because
Probably.
they've not really done what they wanted to do last season. Benzema's gone. You've got Haaland went to City. Apparently, I didn't really notice him when he went there. Didn't really do much, but he went there. And Mbappe's the only one who's available, who's who could go in there and smash it, couldn't he?
Probably.
Yeah. So yeah, it does make sense. And also, they'll find the money. It's like, oh, we're skint, but we've just found 500 million quid to buy these two players.
PSG are, no matter what, are going to be in some sort of a loss situation because Real Madrid know that they have the sort of winning factor, the winning advantage in terms of the transfer dealing here. Yeah. How does Florentino Perez, how does he always do this? How does it always happen for him like this?
Fan-owned club as well.
It's a beautiful game, the way it should be. Moyes M-O-I-Z-M, who's been a member of the first team for 90 months. Thanks for all your support, members. Go and check out the members section.
Thank you.
Extra content from this tour, behind-the-scenes content, vlogs and all that stuff. Yeah. Says, lads, hope you're doing well, sorry. Hope to maybe see you at the game tomorrow. FYI, Adidas on 5th Avenue is having 2 United and 2 Arsenal players coming 6 p.m.
Arsed.
Yeah. So that's going to be, that'll basically be 2 good players and 2 overrated ones. Yeah. Because let's have it right. I seen a tweet before saying about Gabriel Martinelli, how he'd smashed, he'd destroyed, he'd ended Kyle Walker's career, he'd carried Arsenal to a title challenge, and he'd battered United, he'd battered Chelsea, he'd done this all the age of 21. I'm thinking, none of that's true. Not any of that is true.
Even in the minds of Arsenal fans, that's a leap.
Yeah. It's amazing how deluded they are. It is. We were saying this earlier. I actually think Arsenal fans are creeping up there for me. I never thought I'd say this, but last season...
I don't mean you say creeping up there.
Well,
The fact that people
you've been there, haven't you?
People
You've been
didn't
there.
want them to win the league, shown you. Like, everyone should have been against what City were doing
Yeah.
last year and really backing what Arsenal are doing.
Yeah.
You know, Arteta's doing miracles on like £600 million.
Yeah, mate. He has... You're right. He has worked miracles on an absolute shoestring. Yeah? Again, this summer, not being back properly.
Nope.
Do you know what I mean? What in a midfielder? He gets Declan Rice. Come on, for what, 120 million quid? How can you expect anyone to challenge for anything when you're only buying players worth 120 million quid? Once a defender gets Julian Timber. Never even heard of him. And Kai Havertz, what's he ever won? Well, mind you, the last one, you can keep that one. Abhinav Verma, who's been a member of the Academy for 27 months, says, big up John Shin.
Shout out.
We just go fuck ourselves, huh?
Thanks for that. Abhinav. Thought we were friends. Also, Nolan is half British and was educated in England, hence the weird American-British accent.
Oh, wow. The more you know.
Yeah. Anish Josh, who's been a member of the Academy for 33 months, says Smithfield Hall at 8, right?
I'm going to a Yankees game.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Well, I am if I fucking run and get out of here. I've got to check into my room.
I think you've just been sailing along today in like a bit of a daze. And we've just been like, Steve, grab that mic. Steve, stand in front of that camera for us. Steve, we've got the presser now. Steve, look, there's Ten Hag. Steve, John Shin's going to drive you over there.
Can I just say something?
Of course you can.
No.
Oh, sorry, no, you can't.
Guys, you should know these guys work super hard. Show them a lot of love.
Shut up, John.
I just want to include it in there.
Right, can we just listen, I appreciate the sentiment. He's been sat on his couch for about 2 hours, and I've been sat next to him for most of it. Right? Yeah. Like, at the press conference, me and him were basically just messing about.
Can I tell you a
chatting
story?
to each other.
Can I tell you a story about the press conference? Obviously, I couldn't go inside because I didn't have the media clearance.
Well,
I was sitting outside.
We told you to wait outside.
Oh, is that? Fuck's sake.
Our driver's going to be out there.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was
There's
sitting
lots
outside.
of space. John Shin, no, he's not in it. Don't worry about John Shin. Carry on. Carry on about him.
So I was sitting outside, and then obviously I can't go in. It's hot as hell. And then I see somebody walking towards me. It was Ten Hag, and he smiled at me, and I smiled at him back.
What boring story,
That
John.
was it. That was it. That's all I got. I mean, these guys are actually in there. What do you want from me? That's all I can.
John, it
give
doesn't
you.
matter because no one asked any good questions. No one.
Apart from Maka.
Well, I smiled at him, so and he
Adam
smiled at
McCall
me
did.
back.
Adam McCall did. He asked a question that was quite interesting. I wanted to know about. Colby Maney. Cobby.
Maybe.
There you
I'm
go, shout out
thinking
Adam.
like,
Maybe.
I want to know about the bomb.
I know. Well, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do your thing about heckling bad questions that you've always wanted to do? That was your opportunity.
It wasn't, was it? I didn't have the permission.
No. Just,
Especially
especially
with who started. We'd been
Yeah.
like, how about you shut up, you
Yeah.
fucking helmet.
yeah. Hey, we've all just got in here. We're gonna wreck it straight away.
Yeah. It's
Like,
time and place, isn't it?
you've got to like do it gradually, haven't you? Over a period of time. But yeah, I hear that. The
Your
thing is-
outlet's still going. Wow.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Like it was a blog.
Hey, this is the thing. Well, it's like at the end of it all, you don't really know much more than you started, do you?
No.
It's not like that's good.
It's not like the days of Fergie where he would do his press conference and you might get 5 minutes talking to him to find out what actually goes on. That was when journalists, people like David Meek, pioneers, people who took their publication forward, not folded it up and rammed it up someone's ass. Like, that's a proper journalist. He had a relationship with Alex Ferguson. He could go and find something and stand it up with the actual source. Now you go, are you trying to sign blah, blah, blah? Don't talk about the players. Like, you know what they're going to say. You just got to, you're playing the game to ask, he's playing the game to answer, and you get your line where he said nothing.
Exactly.
Bullshit. There's no actual journalism going on. Do your fucking job.
Because you'll have that headline, won't you? Of like Ten Hag answers Kane question.
Yeah.
And his answer was, I'm not talking about Harry Kane. He didn't even say Harry Kane. He said, I'm not talking about a player who doesn't.
Do you know the question I would have asked?
Go on.
So we were at a school called, what was it called?
Pingree,
Pingree, right? We were at a school called Pingree. I have no idea whether this is college level, high school level, whatever level it is, but it's fucking Premier League level in terms of facilities.
That school.
Someone, journalistic wise, could have done a fucking question there and said, listen, this place has got facilities better than Manchester United have got. Can we have a thought on, like, is there maybe something that football in England can learn from some of the facilities in America? There's a lot of things you could have asked. You didn't do shit. Boring fucking questions about Mason Greenwood that he's not going to answer, and Højlund that he's not going to answer,
Or the
Harry
Glazers.
Kane that he's going to answer.
Glazers.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Glazers. No.
Do you think the club's getting sold, Eric? Why would I know?
Tell us, what about Mason Greenwood? I'm not getting into that. Harry Kane? No. Fine.
I mean, there is such a role for me there to be the journalism heckler. Shit question heckler, actually.
You could have answered those questions, to be fair.
I could
You knew the answers to those questions. We all did before he answered them. And we're all right. He's not answering them. But then the headline is, he answers the Mason Greenwood question. Mason Greenwood update. The update is, I'm not telling you out. Danny Shields, this is one for you, son. Any announcement on the Dublin thing? Looking to make a weekend of it with a Paddock FC match, Paddock event and United match, but have to travel across country and sort accommodation, etc. The Paddock fan event.
Couldn't do it. It was too quick.
Listen, unfortunately, we all have other
thought we had a
responsibilities.
legend, and we didn't have a legend. And then Jay suggested someone else, and I didn't want that someone else.
No.
I want to keep it top tier.
He did. He's right. When I say suggested, you suggested someone as well. We were spitballing ideas.
Well, no, you rang me up and go, you're going to say no, but I want to throw it you anyway.
Yeah, I know, because I knew he'd say no, and he did. And I got it. But sometimes I like to have that conversation with him, just so he can tell me to shut up. And he did. But when we do an event, we like to do it top tier, as Steve said. So we are going to be doing an event in September, I think it's going to be, in Dublin. Paddock FC.
We're playing, I think we're just waiting for the confirmation of the United match that's going to be on that day, but not in Dublin, because they play the day after in Dublin.
Yep.
So our match will dovetail around the United match, so hopefully we find a venue where you can watch the match and then pop over the road and watch us. Then we're all out for the night, and then obviously we're all at the United game on the Sunday. Should be good.
Should be good, man. I'm looking. Do you know what? I'm not going to be there, but I'm going to spend some time.
I am, because you was on the bench.
I know I was.
We didn't tell people that. Him, Joe and Matt were all on the bench.
I was up for that as well. I said to him, if you give me 1 minute, and I mean 1 minute, I'll come on. Don't give me 10, because I'll die. But unfortunately,
what would you play?
Right? Do you know what? I'd have to have a word with him and say, don't give me a position. I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run around for a minute to try and kick the ball. That is what like I've done it once when I used to do this business league and I was an assistant coach and the coach brought me on and he went, right, I just want you to sit in front of the. Shut up, you dickhead. I'm trying to kick the ball. I've got a minute and I ran around and
he's got yellow boots on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick him and then I'm done.
I'm not having a position. Put the tactics board away. So yeah, I'd already sorted it with him, but unfortunately we're gonna have to postpone my debut for Paddock. Do you know what I mean? Which is a shame because it'd be there for the record books, wouldn't it? Appearances 1, in bracket, but no 1. Appearances 1, goals none, passes completion 0, successful tackles 0.
Lawless.
Do you know what I'd love to do? I'd have to do it in the right way though. Get booked. That'd be great. Do you know what I mean? If I had the opportunity, yeah. Passes 0. Shots 0, tackle 0, yellow cards 1. That'd be great. I might do that. I might just run on and handball it. Anyway, producer Ethan, I think he's trying to tell me something because he's going like this. He's either telling me what he's going to plan on doing later or he's reminding me of something. And that is, this is sack-free summer.
Sack-free?
No. Smooth sack summer. Thank you. Do you know what? I've hit rock bottom here. You're correcting me on a Manscaped read. I think this is the lowest ebb of my career. It's smooth sack summer, and our friends at Manscaped, trademarked, have got you covered. Yeah? Millions, I think it's 8 million now, men worldwide use Manscaped. The reason for that, because they're mint. Yeah?
Absolutely.
They have got you covered with the performance package. It's the 4.0. We don't bother with the 3.0 or 2.0 nonsense, yeah? And you've got everything you could want. You've got the on-off switch. Multifunctional on-off switch, yeah?
Torch.
You've got a torch, LED type torch, yeah? Plus you've got the boxer briefs, you've got the crop reviver, the crop toner, you've got the shears 2.0.
We get 10,000 likes, we're going to do Jay's on the next live.
He is. If we get 20,000 likes, we're going to do Steve's. Yeah? When I say we, he's going to do him himself for you guys. So, make sure you click on the link in the description because there's 20% off and free shipping because let's face facts, right? It's warm here. It's warm wherever you are. We know it's warm. You want to be smooth down there. You don't be sweating and minging and just being a bit And with Manscaped, you get the nice toner, you get the nice reviver, you get all that. So you smell nice, you look good. It's all smooth. It's all sorted. Click on the link in the description. 20% off. Use the code Paddock Tour. Yeah? Tour. There you go. Tour. Thank you. Your balls will thank you this summer. Ten Hag was asked questions.
Shit ones.
Yeah. About players leaving and that. One player who has gone, or is going, we know about, Anthony Elanga. I wanted to get your thoughts on this because I think there's an automatic default setting with a lot of fans, and we've all been guilty of it, is outrage. Yeah? You find out...
How dare you?
I know this is going to come as a shock to you especially. I think you find out any information about anything to do with Manchester United, and the instincts of several million people is to display outrage immediately.
Yeah.
So you go, well, we've signed who? Eric who? Cantona? Rubbish.
That happened.
Yeah. What?
Who is it?
We've won what? The treble? Pathetic. What? Ronaldo's won what? A Ballon d'Or? Get rid. Right? There's always that element. And I seen today that Anthony Elanga's being sold for 15 million quid. And I saw a lot of outrage about it. I wanted to get your thoughts.
I think we get lowballed. I think if that player plays for anyone else, like you've seen like the likes of James Trafford going for like 20 million.
Do you know what? I hate this James Trafford. No offence to you, son, but I hate him.
Should play for Bolton.
Because every single thing now in life is based around James Trafford went for 90 million.
And you look at some of the prices that other players have
It's
gone.
like man on the moon, isn't it?
When you look at how much,
we can put man on the moon.
how many appearances he's got, the fact he's international, this, that, and other, whether he's surplus to requirements or not. Gordon went for what, 50 million? Do you know what I mean?
Flash.
Yeah.
But what is the problem with that? Is it simply because we lack the bargaining skill on the table, or is it a
Clearly.
reputation thing?
We walked into by Harry Maguire. They went 80 million, and we spent 3 months nudging it north by $1 million until we ended up paying what they told us for.
No, you're wrong. We paid 80 million plus 5 million add-ons.
Because my dad, if he walked in there, he would haggle like there's no tomorrow and get you that price. Is that the same? Are we translating from a market, from a business perspective, the same way? Is that what we're lacking?
We've been shit for years, haven't we?
We have, and we are. The only thing we'll say with Elanga is I like Elanga. And he's played 55 times for United. He's 21 years old.
Yeah, he's got good experience.
He's a Swedish international.
Absolutely.
But he's not had the greatest 18 months. And I actually think sometimes with a player, there's a bit of unknown, and you go, he might be amazing. And I think with Elanga, he's almost established that he's not amazing. I think he's a good player, but I think
he's basic, isn't he?
Yeah, to go that long without scoring or assisting, and also some of his performances, you go, And I like the kid; he's a good honest pro. But I think that might have undone him. I think if he'd have played fewer games, or if he'd have, say he had that spell when he first burst on the scene, the goal against Southampton, Leeds, and Atletico Madrid, and then we were selling him, I think you get like 25, 30 mil because people go.
Right, you go and find me another 21-year-old that's an international for his country that you can get for 15 million with that the amount of Premier League games.
There's probably, I don't know, there's probably some out there around that, but I kind of feel with Elanga. Yeah, you're right. Probably should have got a little bit more, but I don't think much more. If I'm honest, I think it kind of makes sense.
It wasn't 50, but it would have been like if it had been 25. I don't think anyone would have a problem. And people are going, "Why do you care?" Because it might be affecting us on the FFP front.
We had this last season, didn't we, with Ghana when he went to Everton? Yeah. Everyone was like, "What? What's going on at Ghana? He's amazing." He didn't play for about 6 months, did he?
Been injured though.
Yeah, I know he was injured, but I know he has come. He has done well recently, and he obviously helps him stay up. I think he's playing at right back, and he did well for the under-21s as well, didn't they? They won the trophy. But I feel like at United now, what happens is, and we see it on the Fergie, when you're successful, right, you sell players like Danny Higginbottom for decent money because people go, well, he's been at United, he must be good. United have just won, the 5th league title in 7 years. All right, he's only played 10 games, but if you're playing 10 games for that Man United team, you must be decent. So you're worth a few quid. Now it's like, I know recently we've done okay, but we haven't got that X factor we used to have. And I think that hurts you a little bit because now it's like, well, United have just finished 6th and they're getting rid of this kid who can't get in the team. He can't be that good, as is the case. Do you know what I mean? That's why it is annoying when I see City doing all these deals because I think some of those players ain't all that. Right. They're just associated with Manchester City, who unfortunately have, via 115 charges, have won a load of trophies. So I think that undoes us a little bit. I think if United were to win the league next season, I know we're not going to, but if we did, and then we started selling these players of a similar calibre to one we are now, you'd get more money because people go, United are back, they must be good. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what's hurting us a little bit. And also the fact that, unlike your dad, we're crap at.
No, but I think there is an element. It's not all doom and gloom in my view because I think there is an element of this ruthlessness that's sort of coming back. This idea that if you're going to play for Manchester United, if you're going to work for Manchester United, in any capacity, if you're going to be involved with Manchester United, I think there are these standards that we're going to sort of keep, and the duration or the threshold for that standard, I think, has gotten a little tighter, a little shorter. I mean, every Manchester United fan out there feels a little bit gutted about what's happened with David De Gea, but if you look at it in another perspective, it's kind of like we're moving on. There's no element of emotional tying or things like that. So in some ways, I think with respect to at least youth players, I think there needs to be this identification of, do they have a future? How much of a potential are they? And then move them on. Because it's not just Anthony Elanga. We've seen that in the past. We've seen Gomez. We've seen even T. Chong. I love a player like that. Axel Tuanzebe, he's been around for a long time. A lot of these players I feel like have a lot of potential. They have some have longer moments, but they have that moment where I know the price is sort of there. We just got to take it and go. You know what I mean? I just feel like Manchester United maybe can improve in those areas.
I just think we're shocking at selling players, and I think we went through this era with Woodward where all he tried to do was be best mates with all the different agents and would take them all out and this, that, and the other. But they were playing him as much as he was trying to play them and doing it badly, I think. Yeah. Like George Mendes would sell him any old tat because he'd buy it because he thought he was making him his super best friends.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think as well, the thing that annoys me most with selling players is, like, okay, I get your point on the Elanga thing, and I get your point as well that you've made on the players. Well, some of our players, and someone's mentioned this in the chat, it's like they go for pennies. Like, Dylan Levitt went for, what, 300 grand, and forgive me, someone's mentioned this in the chat. And then you see, like, was it Nico Williams? It was not that much better.
20 mil.
20 mil. Is he 40-odd times better than Dylan Levitt? No. Do you know what I mean? Why is he going for what is a decent price, and why are we just basically giving a player away? And even, like, we've done it this summer, haven't we? Zidane's gone for pennies. Who else has gone? I know you mentioned Tom, but obviously that's different. But there's players that have gone like, $500,000 or whatever, and you think, really? That's a bit odd. Especially when you look around and you see teams that aren't better than us getting rid of some of their fringe players for sort of 4, 5, 6.
Chelsea are doing absolute madness on the sales this year.
Oh my God. They have this thing, don't they, Chelsea? And City's sort of been doing it as well, where they will get all the best teenagers, best youngsters. Remember when Frank Lampard had that transfer ban and he recalled 60 players from loan? You're like, we have not got a transfer ban and bought Pulisic and bought Kovacic. That's not a ban. But he had all these players on loan because Chelsea just, they won the FA Youth Cup 5 times in the spin because they're just buying all the best teenagers and sticking them in schools in Chelsea because it's all legit like it is at Sir. And then 2 years later when they're all ready to be sold, they don't need any of them. Do you know what I mean?
I hope we cheat better.
We need to cheat better, don't we? We're not very good at the cheating.
Like with the whole betting thing with the City, buy an actual bookies and give them money. Don't just get shit off online.
I know. It's so dumb.
Be better.
Yeah, you think we would be? We miss the dark arts, don't we?
Yeah.
We're just rubbish. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. We're just rubbish at those things.
Black Ops department at United.
You could add that.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Heckling. Journalist heckling at the presser and the Black Ops department.
Let me come up with a good name for it.
Black Ops department of the...
Steve's Nefarious Activity Squad.
Nefarious Activity Squad.
No, Department.
Nefarious Activity Department.
Yeah.
Yeah. NADS for short.
Yeah.
Raf22 says Jay in capitals, so he's trying to get me attention and he's succeeded. The reason our players go for peanuts is because maybe they're just not good in the eyes of other clubs. United Academy isn't what it used to be. We don't have gems anymore. I beg to differ somewhat.
We're still producing to a level that shits all over other Premier League teams.
We still, I've had some very good players come through the academy. It wasn't that long ago in the FA Youth Cup. And you look at some of the players that have come through our academy and gone on to do well at other clubs, if not United.
Absolutely.
We might struggle a little bit getting players into the United first team, but we've had players, haven't we, that have gone on and had big careers or are having big careers at the minute. So I think somewhere in the middle is probably right. We can be better. Certain players, you're not just going to get big money for any player that comes through the academy.
Right.
And you never really have always done that. I know under Fergie when we were successful, you get a lot of money for certain players, but players have to show a bit. But I just feel like, it's
wonder
not...
how much of that was the Fergie Godfather element, because Fergie used to ring every new manager every time they got a job. Need any players? You speak to me.
Imagine that. Imagine Fergie rings you and he just goes, do you need any players? And you're like, no. Do you need any players? Oh yeah. So you're
gonna give us 8 mil for this lad. Has he made any first team players? No. Is he good though? Fergie said he's good though.
Yeah. I didn't listen. I said you're giving us 8 million. Stop with the questions.
Yeah.
I'll drop him off tomorrow.
We need to go back to that.
Yeah.
Remember, 2 envelopes of cash.
Yeah.
They're both going to the same place.
Yeah. Don't worry about the agent. I know him.
I'll sort that.
Yeah. It's all sorted. Yeah. There was a bit of that one there. Do you know what I mean? My favourite Fergie one is when was it Summers at Preston, and he recalled all the loanees when his son got sacked, and then stopped him using the Carrington as well. It was just like a bonfire, wasn't it? It was just like right, that's it. And then other people like who were mates with Fergie, like Tony Pulis and all that, recalled their players.
See, he is the Godfather. We need to get back to that.
Do you know what I mean?
Sticky little fingers in every pie.
Yeah, we miss that. Do you know what I mean? Right, loads of people or one person, lots of times. He's talking about Mbappe for sale. I don't care that Mbappe's for sale. I'll be honest with you. Yeah? As Steve would say, that's like us being 21 years old and someone called Kelly Brooks single. Right, nice one.
Gives a minute.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Mbappe could be for sale for the next 10
He's not
years.
coming to United.
He isn't.
The only chance that's got any sort of possibility is if we were took over by Qatar this summer. And no one's ever mentioned that. So I don't reckon that's going to happen.
Oh, he did answer about the owners though, didn't he?
No.
He did answer about Greenwood though, didn't he?
Nope.
Right. Harry Kane?
No. Did he answer about David De Gea? Sort of. He went, yeah, it'd be nice for him to get like a farewell in front of his fans. Next question.
Do you know what though? He's better than Pep as a manager, obviously. But Pep's the worst at press conference. You don't want to answer something. Honestly, he's like, and he gets his reputation. Like, oh, Pep's so great at the press. He's not. He's just they're all the same. Klopp's the same. Klopp can be a nightmare. You've seen him getting proper moody, haven't you? With
arguing with journalists, even when they're right.
I know. Like getting like an innocuous question and he sees his ass. It's like, what is wrong with you? Do you know
I could make him flash, I reckon.
Klopp, easily. I don't think you need to ask a question. I think you do it somehow just being in the press conference, just staring at him.
What?
In the front row with your kicks around your ankles. Listen, it's a bit of a short one today because as some people have pointed out, I'm going to ask you some questions that people are asking. No one's high.
Nope.
Right? Ste is alive. He's all right. He's been putting in the hours in. Bless him. Yeah. And John Shin isn't a lot bigger than me and Ste.
Just tired.
He's just a tired little soldier, and he's got a busy night ahead of him. So we're doing a shorter brew today. Yeah, and it's not just because John's on, and we thought, all right, that's enough for 20 odd minutes of him. That's more than enough.
Do you know what? Having 20 minutes of John was not as bad as fucking going to lunch with Joe McGrath.
Joe McGrath, right, he's in there. Yeah.
Honestly, he asks 4 questions a minute.
Mr. Positive.
Shut the fuck
Mr.
up.
Happy. Honestly. When he's not kicking...
You can tell he's been on the radio, can't you? Just got to fill that dead air with noise.
Yeah. So what's your favourite song?
Oh, what's your favourite colour?
Yeah.
What's your favourite number in the 1700s? 1788, man. Don't know why.
It's an experience going out for dinner with Joe McGrath and Steve Nelson.
Brilliant.
It's proper yin and yang. Hey, you've got a really positive, happy... you've got a really positive, happy person, and you've got Steve. You're Steve in it. Do you know what I mean? So John likes it though, because John got away from being told to shut the fuck up.
Absolutely.
He didn't get told to shut the fuck up for at least 4 minutes, which is probably a record when these two being together.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm grateful Joe McGrath. He helped us with the preview this morning.
Absolutely.
By kicking over the tripod and then putting his umbrella in front of the camera and distracting producer Ethan. It was just amazing. It was like having 2 producers. I was so grateful. But it's great that Joe McGrath's here, Ronaldo Brown's here, John Shin's here, us lot are here, obviously. Joe Smith's here. He's giving me some hand signals as well,
I don't know what that was.
reminding me to thank Manscaped for sponsoring this podcast. Go and check out the link in the description. It's Paddock Tour. Yeah? 20% off and free shipping. John Shin, the only John Shin on the internet that matters. Where can people find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel at Good Vibes John. I am also a Manscaped sponsor, but use the Paddock code.
What?
Yeah, use the Paddock code.
Start plugging your own Manscaped on here, sunshine. Hey,
no.
I like the fact that I'm also a Manscaped sponsor, but use the Paddock one. Oh, that's nice. You didn't see your own fucking Paddock.
Sometimes there's just no rules, you know what I mean?
Hey,
use the code.
That's very kind of you.
Paddock Tour?
So I just had a message through. Joe McGrath says, in aid of supporting the Paddock Tour,
you get away from that tripod.
He will happily
Seriously.
take any of the photos of your cock and balls to show us how clean they are straight into his DMs. So share those with us and enjoy the rest of your night.
Right. Thank you. I've got just right. It's funny, right? On here, it's like a doctor's waiting room. And in there, it's chaos.
Yeah, let's just...
They're all giddy. And we're like, people on here actually like look like they're about to lose the will to live. Anyway, big thanks to Manscaped. Big thanks to John Shin. Big thank you to Stephen Alson for persevering with us. And a big thank you to you lot for getting involved in the comments in the chat. If you've not done already, subscribe to the channel. We want to get to 800,000 subscribers with your support.
By tomorrow.
Oh,
we're fucking it off.
Yeah, we can do that. That's been John Shin. That's been Stephen Alson. Abby J. Boy. This has been The Brew. Live from the US of A. Thanks for watching.
New York!